I'm in a 2014 Ford Mustang GT.
Well, Tommy, I'm in the brand new Nissan Z, and it's the Nismo.
And we're gonna do a drag race.
Bye-bye, Mustang! It's Japan for the win!
Come on, Mustang! 5,000 RPM, 90 miles an hour, 100 miles an hour, and across the line!
Looks like it's Japan for the win, Tommy.
Oh yeah, Dad, we're going to tell them the times right after this ad.
Morgan & Morgan make finding a lawyer for your injury case easy, fast, and free. If you're injured in an accident and don't know where to start, consider going easy. With Morgan & Morgan, they make it so easy. They have 100 offices nationwide and over 800 local lawyers to take care of your case. Submitting a claim for an injury doesn't have to be a stuffy process. In 8 clicks or less on your phone, you can submit a claim to Morgan & Morgan. Share your case details, sign contracts, upload documents, and medical records, all from your phone. If you're in an accident, make sure you're okay. Make sure you get a police report. Make sure you contact your insurance company and make sure you get legal representation. With Morgan & Morgan, you can submit a claim without ever having to leave the couch. 8 clicks or less and you're done. For more information, go to forthepeople.com/TFL or dial pound law. That's pound 529 from your cell phone.
All right, Dad, that was a really fun first race. Tell me what you did in the quarter mile.
I went 13.82 at a mile above sea level, my friend.
That's really good, Dad. What was your trap speed?
108.5 miles an hour.
You know, that's pretty impressive considering we're over 5,600 feet above sea level at our airstrip here in Colorado. And Dad, tell me a little bit about that Nissan Z Nismo. What's under the hood?
Well, it's got a twin turbo V6, Tommy, and it puts out, I forgot, 420 horsepower?
Yeah, 420, 384 pound-feet of torque. And that Nismo edition has different turbochargers. It's got more aggressive timing than the standard Z, so you get about 20 more horsepower. And of course, at elevation, we're not going to see perfect times, but that was pretty good for just flat-footing it off the line. Now, I ran a 1471 in this 2014 Ford Mustang GT with the Coyote V8 at 102 miles an hour. And I think the 420 horsepower Coyote, even though it's the same horsepower as that Z, and I'm down about 100 pounds, I lost a little bit in the quarter because of, well, the turbocharging. But Dad, let's do one more drag race. I think I can squeeze a little bit more power out of this GT.
People may be wondering, why are we, driving an older Mustang versus a newer Z, and the reason for that is because, well, this is on loan to us from Nissan, whereas that Mustang belongs to us.
Well, and to be honest, Dad, this Mustang GT has kind of been our go-to benchmark car for the last few months because it's such an undervalued and underrated performance car. These early Coyotes are just so impressive. 390 pound-feet of torque. I actually have 6 pound-feet more torque than you do. So we're gonna run this drag race one more time. I've gone into sport mode. I'm gonna brake torque it a little bit, and maybe I can get you get this race to be a little closer.
All right, one more shot, and then we've got another surprise car after this.
Yeah, and we're gonna do a roll race too to see how this old $23,000 GT compares to that Z. So let's see if I can catch up to you. Much better launch that time, a little bit of wheel spin. I got him off the line for sure. Can catch up with those twin turbos?
Well, you got a better start than me. Much better start. But come on, Z. I think I can catch him. I'm catching him. I'm catching him. And I'm going to beat him at the line.
Come on, Mustang! That 5-liter is screaming! He's catching up! Is he gonna beat me across the line? Oh, I think he may have beat me just at the end there. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo!
I think you just barely edged me out. That was with the brake torque in this Mustang. I was able to edge out a little bit more performance.
That was a 1454 at 103. Just not bad for a car with 69,000 miles at this elevation. A 103 draft speed is really good on this unprepped surface. What'd you do that time?
Yeah, I was able to eke out a slightly slower time because I was actually doing a little bit of wheel spin at the start. So I went 14.03. So I went about a quarter second slower than before, trying to look for more traction, which I lost.
Well, Dad, I mean, it is impressive what that Z will do on the top end. When those turbos start singing, that engine really comes to life. And I think you just squeaked past me. I got a little better launch. But let's do this, Dad. We're going to go ahead and do a roll race from 30 miles an hour, see how the two perform once the start is taken out of the equation and we can grip up properly. And we'll see how we do.
Well, what's crazy is I'm rolling on 285s with super sticky tires, and yet this engine is still managing to basically break those loose.
Now, I'd love to, do a burnout to warm up those tires. We unfortunately can't. We're not allowed to at this facility. But yeah, it's it's real world conditions, folks. Right? We're not on a prep drag surface. This is what you'd find on a bad road on just in a typical day. So Dad, I'm going to accelerate up to 30. We're going to leave the cars in automatic, see which one downshifts quicker. 9-speed versus 6-speed. I'm catching up to you here. We'll accelerate up to 30. Okay, there's 30 there. In 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, good off the line in sport mode. This car was ready to rumble. It didn't have to downshift at all.
He took off again, quicker. But the Z is catching him. Come on, Z.
Back in a big way though as we crest 100 miles an hour. As the Ford and the Mustang cross the line, they are within 0.001 of a car length of each other. An unprecedented result that I don't think we got this Jason Camiza thing right.
I think this is how they do it. They just push the car across the finish line.
That's not what they do.
Yeah, that's how they do it, I'm sure.
He's coming back in a big way though as we crest 100 miles an hour. Man, these two cars are pretty neck and neck from a roll. I think if we had another 100 feet, he would have come past
I
me.
think that was a dead heat, Tommy.
Yeah, this Mustang, I was expecting it to start in third and then have to downshift. But when I put this thing in a sport mode, it was right in the power band. And when I said go, this thing didn't have to downshift at all. Now, 6-speed versus 9, right? So fewer gears to choose from. But that was pretty neck and neck. Look, the Z is a quicker car. You've caught up to me just about every time. Maybe my young reaction times are a little quicker, but it's impressive what that thing will do.
Hey, stop knocking off with the young reaction times. It wasn't a reaction time issue, it was a traction issue. I'm not taking that from you.
So, Dad, the Ford put up a good fight. The Z was a little quicker, but I have another car, another vehicle that's sold across many generations for well over 50 years that I want to bring in, and we'll see if I can take down that Z.
Yeah, I mean, this is really a race of three iconic cars, right? The Mustang, the Z, and now the surprise car. All of these have been in production forever, and they're all, they all have a huge fan base because they've all proved themselves over the years.
And what we really should do, what the commenters will love to see us do, that is actually grab the new Mustang, the new S650, not this old S197, and see what that'll do against the Z, because I think that would be a dead match, even up here at elevation.
Yeah. Hey, Ford, if you're listening,
Yeah, let's make that happen. That'd be a ton of fun. All right, Dad, I'm going to go grab a surprise contender.
All right, Tommy, I've got 2 questions for you. What are you driving?
Well, this is a brand new Porsche 911, the 992 generation Targa 4S. So this is kind of the heaviest 911 in the lineup, but being a sport model, I have 443 horsepower, and then torque is within 6 pound-feet of each other, and the weight is within 20 pounds of that Nissan Z.
You know, this Nissan Z Nismo retails MSRPs for about $68,000. I hate to ask how much that cost.
Yeah, as equipped, it's about $158,000, so it's 90 grand more expensive than that Z. So obviously, this is not a very fair comparison from a price standpoint, but that Z has been blowing me away with its performance so far, and I think there's a good shot that with those sticky Dunlop tires, you'll be able to keep up with this old man spec 911.
Well, hold on. You know, I spec that car. So who you calling an old man? But it does have 4-wheel drive. It does have the engine in the back, which should be better for drag racing. But I feel good about the Z, man. This thing is much quicker than I thought. All right, shall we race?
Let's do it.
Oh yeah, I got a better start.
You know, my dad did spec a few options, but he didn't spec launch control for some reason.
Oh, but he just took off like crazy. Oh, his spoiler came up. He is so far ahead of me.
There's 107 miles an hour already. Left of dust. Hard on the brakes. Hard on the brakes. Yeah. Wow, that's a pretty big performance difference.
Oh my, Tommy. I went 13.92. Once again at 108. I hate to ask what you went.
Well, here's the thing, Dad. There's only on paper a 20 horsepower difference, and both of these cars weigh nearly exactly 3,700 pounds, but I went a 1251 at 117. So that's a pretty noticeable performance difference. And I did notice, Dad, that you may have spec'd the old man vehicle, and you also didn't spec launch control in this car. So that's without launch control. It's still running 1251 up here.
Yeah, it's a launch control. You have to get the chrono package. That was just, one bridge too far when we spec'd it. But Tommy, speaking of launch control, I do have it in the Z, so I want to do a rematch, and this time I'm going to use launch control.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I think I certainly launched off the line harder. This all-wheel drive just gripped and went. But maybe with launch control, you stand a better chance of catching up to me in this Porsche.
Yeah, I got to see your spoiler come up. That was rather interesting but depressing as a drag race. Oh, I got the head start. But he just flew by me.
Oh, he got a good launch, but not as good as the 911. Wow, revving over 7,000 RPM and it revs all the way to red line.
There goes the spoiler again. I'll be curious to see what it does in a quarter mile with launch control activated.
Pulling hard past 118 miles an hour. And across the line. That was even quicker.
That was my quickest time yet, but nowhere near fast enough to catch up to the 911.
How'd you do there, Dad?
I went 13.66 at 108.4 miles an hour.
Well, you thoroughly gapped the Mustang if we were racing the Mustang there. Now, I also went a little quicker. I did a 12:44 at 1:18. So I think Porsche, you know, that saying where they underrate their cars, I think there certainly is some truth to that, because this thing is a beast, even though on paper it's not that much more impressive than the Z in terms of power numbers.
Yeah, and if you guys are watching this living at sea level, you could probably add at least a half a second, maybe even or subtract a second from the time.
Yeah, and it's also worth noting we don't do rollout, so it's just a straight up drag from 0 to the end of the quarter. There's no rollout with our Solo DL performance timers.
Yeah, I gotta say, Tommy, you know, I'm impressed by that 911. It not only looks good, and I'm sorry if you think it's an old man spec, but it goes like steel.
The 60 to 0 braking test now, where we both accelerate up to 60 miles an hour, and then when we get to the cones we slam on the anchors. I got 40 here, got 50, getting up to 60. All right, 60 there, maintaining 60, hold it, then hit the cones. Oh, man, this Porsche's got some good brakes, but that Z is not far off. Let's go check it out. Wow, look at that.
Wow, 99 feet on a set of Dunlop Sport Max tires, Tommy.
Holy moly, 92 feet and 10 inches.
Yeah, rolling on Eagle F1s, Tommy. You'd figure those would be stickier.
Yeah, I think that those Dunlops are probably stickier if you get them nice and warm, but we haven't had much of a chance to get a lot of heat in them.
But the rears on the Porsche
Yep.
are 305s.
Oh yeah.
On the Z, they're 285, so you've got more rubber on the ground here.
Still, for nearly $100 grand more expensive, that Z did really, really well.
Tommy, you know, we brought 3 iconic cars to the drag strip. One from America, one from Japan, and of course, one from Germany. Now, to my mind, the Mustang is the most bang for your buck. It just provides you with the most miles per dollar, and that's a hard combination to beat. Now, I'm also a huge Z fan. I've owned 3 Zs, but this Nismo edition, it's just not enough power and too much styling to justify the cost. Now, the Porsche, it proves that saying, you get what you pay for.
Yeah, I mean, for me, what's amazing about all 3 of these cars is they're within 23 horsepower of each other and within 100 pounds of curb weight, but the real world results are so different, and that just goes to prove once again, you drive cars on the road and not on paper. So just because what you read on paper may say one thing, in the real world it may be a completely different story. But guys, let us know what you think in the comment section, and Dad, if folks want to find more of us,
Yeah, head on over to alltfl.com. We'll see you next time. Ciao.
and if you want to find less of us, check out Alex on Autos.
Why would you send him over to Alex?
Because he's a nice guy and we're not over there.
All right, that's a free one for you, Alex. Or if you want to see the GT3, go to Motoman TV.